Buckle up for a mind-bending adventure through time as we count down the 10 most amazing theories about time travel. From Einstein's theory of relativity to wormholes and parallel universes, these theories will blow your mind about everything you think you know about time. Prepare to delve into an exploration of concepts that mean the thin line between science and science fiction is about to get even thinner. You won't want to miss the ride through these incredible ideas. Let's dive into the wonderful world of time travel theories. 1. General Relativity. Einstein's general theory of relativity is a great physics masterpiece, and fortunately for us, it lays the groundwork for comprehending the concept of time travel. In a word, Einstein's theory states that time and space are inextricably linked, resulting in spacetime. Consider spacetime to be a large trampoline, with massive things such as stars and planets generating dents in the fabric. These dents, also known as gravitational fields, cause objects to move in a specific direction through spacetime. Let's say you wanted to go back in time. According to general relativity, it is theoretically conceivable to alter the gravitational forces in order to create a shortcut through spacetime, basically bending it to allow time travel. It's similar to constructing a wormhole or a tunnel across spacetime. But before you get too enthusiastic about the thought of stepping into a DeLorean and returning to whatever time period you believe to be the golden age, there are some big barriers to overcome. 2. The Novikov Self-Consistency Principle. This is a good one. It's a theory that suggests time travel might be possible without causing paradoxes. You may wonder how. According to this hypothesis, if you go back in time and change something, the cosmos will conspire to ensure that your actions do not influence the path of history. In other words, any actions you made in the past were already a part of history. Thus, you couldn't change anything. The Novikov Self-Consistency Principle can be compared to a game of billiards. If you miss the pocket with a shot, the balls will continue to bounce about until they wind up in their predefined spots. It's a perplexing concept, yet it could allow for time travel without causing paradoxes. The Novikov Self-Consistency Principle is, of course, still a theory, but it's fascinating to think about. The principle implies that even if you attempted to prevent a significant historical event, like stopping the assassination of a famous figure, the universe would adjust in such a way that your interference ultimately causes the event to happen, ensuring history remains intact. 3. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. This is one of the most perplexing hypotheses out there. According to the many worlds interpretation, when an event occurs, the world splits into several branches, resulting in a multiverse of parallel universes. Every conceivable consequence of every event exists in its own branch in the multiverse. So if you went back in time and changed something, you wouldn't be erasing or altering the past. You'd simply be establishing a new timeline. In the many worlds interpretation, time travel is analogous to touring a vast forest with endless hiking routes, each leading to distinct and different vistas of the same waterfall. Whatever path you choose, the rest will remain unchanged. In this scenario, your actions in the past wouldn't cause a paradox, as you'd simply diverge into a new, parallel universe. The original timeline would continue unaffected, while your altered version would evolve independently. 4. Closed Timelike Curves, CTCs. Consider yourself to be on a roller coaster, hurtling through a loop-de-loop. You feel like you're traveling back in time as you twist and turn, don't you? That's exactly what happens in a CTC. CTCs are like loops in the fabric of space and time, allowing you to travel back in time and perhaps affect the course of history. It's similar to a cosmic time machine. But how exactly does this work? The laws of causality become distorted in CTCs. That means cause and effect don't always work the way we want them to, which means one domino may not fall on the logical next one. Instead, events might produce a causal loop by looping back on themselves. CTCs are still entirely theoretical at this point, although some scientists believe they may exist in specific locations of space and time, such as around a black hole. 5. The butterfly effect. Consider time to be like a river constantly flowing, with no beginning or end. Consider how a butterfly flapping its wings in one region of the planet might cause a ripple effect that eventually leads to a hurricane in another. That is known as the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect indicates that even minor actions can have far-reaching and unanticipated consequences. What if we used it to go through time? What if we had some control over those ripples? What if we could make our own small ripples in the river of time? According to the butterfly effect, even minor changes can have a significant influence. So, if we could go back in time and make even little changes, we could construct an entirely new timeline. Of course, all of this is hypothetical. We have yet to discover a means to manage those time ripples. 6. The grandfather paradox. This idea investigates the concept of traveling back in time and perhaps altering history, rendering our current reality unrecognizable. The paradox is that if you go back in time to kill your grandfather before he has children, you won't be living to go back in time in the first place. This logic can be applied to nearly anything, but one potential solution to this contradiction is the concept of a parallel universe. In the grandfather paradox, if we traveled back in time and tried to kill one of our ancestors, we would kill a different version of him rather than our actual grandfather. This means that we would be influencing a parallel reality rather than our current one. Of all, this is a hypothetical theory, and the existence of parallel universes is still debatable. But it's intriguing to consider the implications of time travel for our understanding of the universe. In this framework, your actions wouldn't erase your existence, but would instead create a new branch of reality where your grandfather no longer exists. 7. Time as a fourth dimension. You're in the middle of the room. You can travel forward and backward, left and right, and up and down. But what if you could jump ahead and backward in time as effortlessly as you could in space? That is the fundamental concept behind the conception of time as a fourth dimension. Time, like the three dimensions of space we're accustomed with, is viewed as just another dimension in this theory. This theory asserts that, just as you may move in any direction in space, you can similarly move in any direction in time. Three coordinates determine an object's position in space, and the fourth coordinate determines its position in time. In this hypothesis, how does time travel work? Do you want to go back in time to the period of the dinosaurs? Simply move backward through time until you reach that era. Do you want to see into the future? Advance along the time dimension. Even with the practical limitations, the concept of time as a fourth dimension offers up some exciting possibilities and usually simplifies the concept. 8. The block universe theory. If time is a massive lump of ice, you can view the full block from start to finish, with all of its twists and turns. Now imagine you wish to go across time. You wouldn't actually move through the ice block under the block universe theory. You would merely exist at a different point within it instead. This is because the block universe theory proposes that time is a frozen river, with all events already set in stone. If you went back in time, you wouldn't be changing anything that had already happened. You'd just be seeing it from a different angle. It appears to be a straightforward technique to avoid any dilemma. However, this also means that free will is an illusion, as every moment in time has already been predetermined. You wouldn't have the ability to alter past events because, under the block universe theory, the past, present, and future are all equally real and unchangeable. 9. The white hole theory. This idea proposes that time travel may be achieved using a hypothetical phenomenon known as a white hole. A black hole is widely recognized to be a cosmic vacuum cleaner that sucks in everything in its path, including light. A white hole, on the other hand, is a cosmic leaf blower that spits out everything, including matter and energy. If you could harness the energy of a white hole, you could theoretically utilize it to travel across time, according to the hypothesis. The theory is that a white hole can operate as a gateway, allowing you to enter it and emerge in another time or reality. White holes are thought to be linked to black holes via a tunnel-like structure known as a wormhole. You could emerge at a different point in time or space if you traveled through a wormhole. And according to the theory of relativity, we know that traveling through time via a wormhole is potentially feasible. The challenge, however, lies in the fact that white holes are purely theoretical and have never been observed in the universe, making this concept speculative at best. 10. The Tipler cylinder. Consider a donut-shaped object that extends into infinity while rapidly rotating. The Tipler cylinder is shown here. Using this hypothesis, we could travel back in time if we could build a cylinder like that and rotate it at near-light speeds. To accomplish this, the cylinder would bend space and time around itself, resulting in a journey through time that loops back on itself. In essence, it is a variant of closed Timelike curves. If we enter this road and walk along it, we might wind up back in time, allowing us to visit whatever moment in history we like. The Tipler cylinder theory offers a tantalizing glimpse into the possibility of time travel, but there's a catch: it would require an object of infinite length and unimaginable energy to create the necessary conditions. Even if such a cylinder could be constructed, any slight imperfections in its shape or rotation could disrupt the delicate balance needed for time loops. That's it for today's journey. Join us as we go through some of the most incredible time travel theories. We would like to think that these mind-blowing concepts got your thinking cap working about the possibility of bending time. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more interesting content, and comment below to let us know which theory fascinated you the most. Your feedback helps us to bring you more exciting content regarding the mysteries of the universe. Keep exploring the unknown until we meet again.